Welcome to the Once a Cowboy, Always a Cowboy podcast, where you hear the history of Chaney football from the unique perspective of Coach Ron Berdis. One thing I was wondering, do you have any knowledge of what the game of football, the X's and O's, were like during that time? Is this like single wing? Intriguing. I don't know if you ever saw any film or talked to your dad or what.
I didn't. I've never seen any film, and I don't know whether they filmed or not. And I don't recall having any conversation with my dad. But I know that when I was at Holy Name, we ran single wing when I was like in sixth and seventh grade. So I'm assuming that was the flavor of the day.
Okay.
Which would really make sense, because if you look at some of the programs from back then, guys that were running backs, or like Sinkowicz is listed as a back, not as a quarterback.
Right.
They're wearing number 66 or something like that,
right.
So it was a lot of that single wing, and that was kind of a forebearer of shotgun.
Right.
I mean,
yes.
So, a number of coaches over the years have told me, everything just gets kind of recycled.
That it is, and for anybody who doesn't know about the single wing, look it up, because it's being run, today in different forms for sure. One of the things that we had talked about previously, and one of the players that I think is interesting to me, and it kind of fits in our time frame, was George Poshner. And he was a great player, went to Georgia with Sinkowicz, Purple Heart in World War II, right?
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I was thinking about was maybe you could tell us a little bit about that story, his story, and then also, I wonder how all of that affected the high school football programs during World War II, or I don't know if you have any insight to that, but maybe you could tell us a little bit about George Poshner's story.
Well, I don't claim to be the authority on this, because I know what was told to me, and either by my dad or by friends of my dad in the neighborhood or community. And it's my understanding that Sinkowicz wouldn't go to Georgia without Pochner.
Mm-hmm.
And and I don't know how scholarships worked then, but they both went there, both had success, and he was Pochner was Sinkowicz's go-to guy, and they both made All-Americans. So obviously they were pretty good, and certainly Sinkowicz went on to win the Heisman, and then he did service time, from what I understand, and so I don't know quite how that worked, but Pochner went from Georgia, I think, directly into the service, and it was wounded. I think it was the sidebar of the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, right.
And was under a tree for days, and with his wounds and frostbite and gangrene, and lost a number of limbs, and but lived, and was certainly a war hero, if you will. And I was fortunate enough to go to his funeral, full military honors, and met him a number of times prior to his death, and what was really an inspirational guy. Was extremely positive, if you will, despite everything that happened to him.
Right.
And as I said earlier, the old timers things that my dad would take me to, he would come up and my dad had nothing but tremendous things to say to him. And I will say this: I have to get this another plug in for my dad. Frank Sienkiewicz told me that he modeled his game. My dad played in 29. Sienkiewicz played in 37. So he came obviously after my dad. But he told me when they dedicated the rock and the track to him that he modeled his game and career from my dad.
Wow, that's impressive.
Pretty special compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. Be interesting to see if we could maybe somebody has some. If we're getting this out there, maybe somebody has some film stashed away somewhere. It'd be pretty neat to see, right?
It would really be neat to see.
So wrapping this part of it up, what do you think? And you alluded to it in the beginning, but what do you think Coach McFee specifically, the impact he had on the future of Chaney football?
Well, he made him an instant winner. If there's a pattern here, if you think about this, chess came in as the birth of the program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it off the ground and got it going. So in 3 years, he's undefeated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Right.
That's pretty special.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a testimony. That's a testament to him and to the toughness of the guys that were in his program. Red came in, struggled at the beginning. Ed came in, struggled at the beginning. We came in and struggled at the beginning. But for Coach McFee to come in and, like I said, give birth to the program and have that type of success and have those type of players that he molded, that's pretty special.
Yeah, and I think what's really special about this is, to me, as somebody who I enjoy the history of it, is, he's really not that far removed from all those kids that you coached, right? All those young men, because of your connection with Ed and Red and Chess, right?
Oh yeah.
It's really a family tree, if you will. The grandfather, great grandfather of the program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.